Hey everyone, this is Lance, and if you notice, I have a completely different setup than I normally have. I have to apologize up front because I have taken probably the last 2 weeks off on the solo stream. I get a lot of migraines, and I am not always able to make the schedule. So, because Halloween is coming up, and you know that I build a lot of EVA foam props, well, I try to build the props. I'm really not that good at it, but I am learning. Um, I am going to double up on the gaming and the foam builds at the same time. So what I'm going to do is play a little Fortnite and do a little modeling and or a foam building, modeling, whatever you want to call it. So if I screw up during the stream, please bear with me because I don't have my normal controls. I usually use an Elgato Stream Deck to move between the scenes on the streaming software. I don't have that anymore. I'm in my garage. I have the streaming set up here. And then sometime tomorrow, I have to move it all back into the house so that we could do our normal Sunday stream. So please comment along. I'm going to switch it over here to the actual modeling. I guess I'll call it modeling or whatever. And we'll see how that goes. And then during a break, I will come back to this. So I'm also streaming live to Facebook or YouTube as well, because I'm going to use some of the videos over there to build, obviously, my channel. So let's go ahead and switch over to the live foam building desktop. And okay, so let me take my headsets off. You will notice that it is a totally different view in here. And I need to go in here. I was told that I would have a live video button on Facebook. I don't normally, oh, it's right there. That's actually pretty slick. Okay, so now I need to see if I could see the comments for the stream. Let me see. Oh, I actually can. So normally when I'm on the computer, on the streaming rig, I have the setup where I could watch the comments there. I don't know if I could actually watch the comments over here. So we will just keep track of that. And let me see, I look like I'm getting a chat or a text message. See if it sounds, oh, sounds good. Thank you so much, Myra. So Myra actually listens in and makes sure that I sound good. I'm not making a complete fool of myself. I have a little drink here. I have some snacks. And like I said, I'm going to switch between, once I take a little break, I'm going to switch between the screens, play a little Fortnite, and do this. This way I can kill two birds with one stone. Please, if you like what you see, comment, follow, and all of that. So earlier today, I'm working on some props for Montana. She is my daughter, and we stream Sundays Fortnite. I usually stream on Saturday nights, like horror type stuff, but long story short, I took some breaks during the stream and lost a lot of viewers, but I can't really help that all the time. So I decided to switch things up. So check this out right here. Right here, I'm going to make sure I could see my view here, and then I'll comment when I can. This is the Jules wrencher from Fortnite, and Jules is a character in Fortnite. And this is all made out of EVA foam. The very first thing that I did with EVA foam was a battle axe, the default battle axe for my son for Halloween that's coming up. And it turned out well, but it wasn't great. And so what I did is I basically found a template. Somebody had made a model online, and I messed with Tinkercad a little bit and designed this through, I think, a program called Peppercura. Downloaded that, separated it all out, created the patterns. It took quite a while, but the detail that I got out of this compared to the default battle axe or pickaxe, as it's called, great more amount of detail. I think the pickaxe, what I did is I used cardboard and cut it out, and it just didn't turn out as well. There was like all kinds of gaps missing and stuff. Now this turned out better, but it is by no means fantastic. There are some real experts out there. I've checked them out online. So one of them is called SKS Props. You could probably see this in the camera right here on the desktop. They create some crazy stuff. So I got this. He offers some downloadable templates for free, and what it is this template is pretty simple because I don't have time to paint tonight with all the tech going on. I want to make sure that nothing is messed up. Let me turn around here, make sure that the Fortnite view doesn't go away. But anyway, I decided to make something simple tonight to see how this all works. And like I said, they were kind enough on their website. They have free downloadable templates. So if you want something free and you don't want to have to create the templates like I did, or you want to get started something basic, I would definitely go do this. And once again, I am no expert on this. Most of the stuff I learned online, I think there's a place called Kayumi Cosplay. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, I check out the real foam builders. I'm a beginner. If you see that I do something incorrect, please comment on it. I could use all the lessons I can. Hello, Myra. I see your comment in there. You could put 109,000 comments in there. I don't mind. So the first step that you have to do with this is, and once again, if I'm doing this wrong, that's okay. And if you do this stuff wrong, it's okay, because everybody is not an expert at this kind of stuff unless you're running a business doing that. I'm not really running a business doing this. I do it for fun, and it's definitely a hobby. So when I downloaded this, I had to put it on 2 sheets of paper because it was too long, and I had to adjust a little bit. So I hope I made the adjustments right. So what I did is I bought this foam from Michaels. I believe it was kind of expensive, but it allows me to use like a pencil. And I know that actually a lot of people use this black EVA foam. I've never seen it, and it's probably better foam than I use by far. This is not like fantastic. I mean, it's actually pretty good foam, but one of the problems that I have is my stuff doesn't end up looking smooth at all. It ends up having like all kinds of like, well, jagged edges and stuff. Even when I printed the templates out and then piece it all together, everything looks smooth. I even use like a scroll saw on here, and once I glued like numerous pieces together to get like this gear, and that stuff turned out smooth. But some of the other stuff, even when you use like your Dremel tool, the stuff just comes out, like, for me, comes out kind of rough even after I've sanded it. And sometimes the more that you sand it, it kind of like builds up, and it looks like it's all rough. So what they advise you do is use what is that stuff called, Plastidip, to like seal it. So that's what I did, is I put Plastidip all over this, like a lot of coats, almost an entire can, and it actually sealed up and made stuff look smooth. And so, but the problem with that is you lose some of the detail. So anyway, definitely a learning process. So once I have this thing traced, I have that looks like the actual cup holder. And what it is I have a Dixie cup, or not a Dixie cup, a Solo cup, and that's what it says. It's a Solo cup holder. And I am going to dress, or I'm going to try to dress as Chaos Agent for Halloween. So my plan has been for months to create a Chaos Agent costume, with the mask and everything. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it, but I'm pushing forward with that idea. And I thought it would be kind of cool, because I went to the SKS Props and downloaded this to create a mug for Chaos Agent. I don't have it here, but I printed out a little graphic of his head, kind of, and the words Chaos. And I hope I have enough time to put this all together, let it dry, and then glue it all up and see if it actually works with this. So now that I have that one, I'll do a couple more pieces. And they were cool enough to put actually with a 10 millimeter foam, what size foam you should use on there, which is great because I would have not thought to use this thick of foam. Yeah, what makes it nice is the pencil you can use on here without getting it. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not used to doing the foam, you need to use like a template. If you try to like wing it and you're not used to it, the stuff isn't going to match up and you're not going to end up with like a clean looking product. Okay, so this one was like a crest. This is something that you stick on the side for a design. I would definitely not use that for my design. I mean, if you're doing, you know, whatever, like a mead cup or something, that would be cool. But I'm going to put my own little emblem on there, and we'll see how that works. So this, it says 2 times handles. So what I'm assuming is you glue these two together. That's what I assume. So sorry if you're looking at the top of my head. I didn't know how to place this camera, and I actually have one camera in front of here, one pointing down at the desk. I have another one that I switched to that's on the rig, and then one camera is not being used. That's the normal streaming camera that I use when we're running the regular type of stream. It's a much nicer camera, but I couldn't figure out how to do this setup and that at the same time. And so let me see here. Oh yeah, I know that Fortnite's going to shut off on me, and hopefully Facebook doesn't say anything that I'm not gaming right now. But after seeing everybody else on there do crazy stuff that had nothing to do with gaming, kind of like somebody that goes on there and just sits there and poses for like 2 hours. I mean, good. I'm glad they're getting a lot of views, but not necessarily gaming, just doing the posing. And then some other questionable stuff on there. I don't understand Facebook's terms of service when people are getting banned for saying like bad words, and there's full-on straight-on nudity on there. So I don't know. I think it's like pick and choose what you want to be upset about. So we'll try this. Hopefully I don't get shut down off the gaming channel, because I'm not strictly just doing gaming. I'm doing gaming related stuff, like building this comment out, or building this, which is basically something from Fortnite. Hold on one second. I gotta read this real quick. I'm getting a text in. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the text. I just have a lot of stuff going on. Thank you, Myra. She's telling me to center what I have going on in the screen. So, have a little drink. So what I learned, and this was great. This is great. That was one of the great things about YouTube, is that you learn stuff that you didn't know about, and it might even be nothing that you would ever need for what you're working on. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, sometimes you learn stuff on YouTube that applies across the board to all kinds of other stuff. Now check this out. I have this razor blade. I've had this razor blade for a long time. Anyway, it's one of those breakaway parts where it once you get dull, you just break off the piece and move on. Well, when you use EVA foam, you will go through knives like crazy, okay? And I was dulling them constantly. And I think it's on the Kayumi cosplay. Once again, sorry to butcher that. She was constantly in there on like a stone, sharpening her razor blade. And I'd never seen that before. And she said, which was crazy, that she's had the same razor blade for years. I'm like, no way. So I have this cheapo one, okay? I would definitely get something nicer than this. I just haven't had time to get one. And she said that you could also use stuff like sandpaper. So I tried it. Okay, check this out. I don't know if this is in the screen or if you could see this or not, but it's kind of crazy. Okay, you can sit there. I know it looks scary because it looks like you're going to cut yourself with a razor blade. But if you do this even with sandpaper, your dull razor blade will never get dull. You can use it over and over and over. So when I did my last two foam projects, the default pickaxe and this Jules wrencher, I never ever had to buy a new razor blade. So what I like to use, once again, is probably people that are cringing with what I'm doing. I am going to use a straight ruler because I do not have the straightest lines when I'm freehanding. So I use a ruler, and I got this cutting mat at Michael's a while back. Perfect. It works perfect, okay? And so I noticed that that's a little dull because I use this razor blade to actually go out in the backyard. I was building a barbecue island, and I used it to cut pieces of wood, okay? Like off of an edge, there was like extra pieces of wood. So it was like super dull, but if I kind of sharpen it up right there, I can do some good cuts here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that was like butter. Just like butter. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this piece off so that I don't have to deal with it. Otherwise, I see myself dropping my drink. Oh, this is going to work perfect because I could kill two birds with one stone. I can do this and I can game. Okay, so I have that. What I'm hoping to do is piece this thing together while I game. The glue will dry and then I could put it all together. Okay, see? That's how perfect that was. So that razor blade was completely dull a little bit ago. Probably one of the best tips I've ever seen. And once again, it was for foam, but I could use this all the time because I hate having to buy blades. I hate it. So all I'm doing is dragging it against the grain. And obviously, I think if I was using like a stone, a sharpening stone, it would work better. But whoever thought that you could actually use that for a razor blade? I had no clue. Okay, so the first piece is done. It is a simple, simple template. And once again, thank you to the guys at SKS Props for giving that stuff out for free. That's great. I love that. If I thought my templates that I created were actually any good, I'd probably give away stuff for free too. But the template that I made for the Jules wrencher, it was definitely not perfect. It was not perfect. Okay, so let's see if I could do this. I did this the other day, or for some of the circle stuff, and my circles are not perfect, so that's okay. Just gonna cut off there. Oh man, I didn't cut deep enough. So if you see me doing anything safety-wise that's wrong, please do safety stuff right. A lot of times I do pretty dumb stuff. Wear safety equipment, wear eye protection. If all else fails, follow somebody that actually knows what they're doing a little bit more than me. And you will do fine. Let me see if I'm... Okay, let's see. So I got a little bit of it cut. One thing that I noticed when watching the YouTube channels is some of them don't tell you exactly how hard some of this stuff is to get perfect, okay? So if you see like a finished product that, they call them a pro, that a pro is creating, and they create these great works of art, don't expect literally don't expect that you're going to do that same level anytime soon. Not only do they have years of experience doing this stuff, okay, some of them have some tools that you just, if you're just trying to get into this, you're just not going to have. I mean, I just promise you, you're just not going to have some of the stuff they use. Some of the people have, honestly, they have like CNC machines, and they have 3D programs. They have graphics programs. They have 3D printers. They have cameras. They have large format printers. And then they have the know-how because they've been there and they've done that. Okay? And sometimes what you're seeing on YouTube and things like that, oh yeah, see, that's pretty good, but I angled it. And so that isn't going to come out perfect, but that's okay. It's only a quick template thing here. So what I'm getting at is the stuff that you see on YouTube, a lot of times it's gone through editing processes, it's done all kinds of stuff, and it's not necessarily their first go around with that project. You're seeing the best of what they have, okay? Luckily here with the live stuff, you're going to see errors happen and things like that. And that's okay. I don't mind making a fool of myself. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with this. Okay, this calls for the handle to be too deep, okay? And I already drew the pattern out. And I learned my lesson a little, probably like halfway through the Jules wrencher, all right? Here's a little tip, okay? You do not want to cut out two patterns of the same thing and then try to glue them together and think they're going to match up. They're not. This stuff stretches, and your design will never match up. It literally will not match up. So here's what you do. I draw the pattern on, okay? Or you could do it exactly opposite. You could glue the pieces together, okay? So I'm going to take two pieces here. I'm going to use some contact cement, all right? Wait about 15 to 20 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes, really, for the contact cement to start working. I'm going to stick it to the other piece, and just wait a few more minutes. It's going to be dry, and then I'll cut out the two pieces, because this actually says handle 2 times 10 millimeter foam. Okay, and each one of these are 10 millimeters, so that gives us 20 millimeters. And that's that. That's this piece, and this is it. And all I'm going to have to do is on one of the breaks is go into my office and get the little emblem that I made, and I'll cut that out on one of the other pieces. So the way this, or I mean on one of the other breaks. Okay. So this is going to go like this. I'm sure there's a trick for this to get this even. Let's see. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit long. Let's see. I kind of have an angle though. Maybe I can... Nah, let's go with the top part. Let's see. Not perfect. Not perfect. So the angle that I cut on here, because it's not perfect, it almost looked like a wedge shape. So the bottom of it is narrower than the top. So here's another trick. If I was doing this correct way, and if I had a very large workspace, which I do not, and if I didn't have a bunch of cameras running, what I would use is I'd use my scroll saw. Okay? It makes lines perfectly up and down. I wouldn't use a razor blade for this because it makes perfect circles, and then I wouldn't have that problem. So now I have a little bit of a problem. Is the base is not completely even. So when I bring this around, I already see that this foam is too large. And even if I put this cup in there, it's not going to fit perfectly. I mean, it might do okay. So we'll see. We'll test it. We'll test it, but I need to glue these other two pieces, and then we'll see how this goes, okay? We'll just work through it, and we will see. All right. So this is not the normal cement that I use. I use barge cement, okay? But not this exact kind. I use the stuff that's in the can and it works perfect, okay? And it's going to warn you, in an enclosed area, use a ventilator, turn on a fan and all that, and that is actually true, okay? I just am not putting that stuff on right now, but you should. Absolutely, you should. Here's the other thing. I went to go buy some stuff called weldwood, and it did not have a brush in there, and I couldn't use it. And they didn't have the barge in the big thing that I got last time from Michael's at the hardware store. So this is what I was stuck with. So what you want to do is do not get this everywhere. You don't want to get this everywhere because you will not be happy. All right. Normally I have like protection down, but just for this video, see, it's already started coming out. Okay. You're going to spread this on the pieces that you're going to stick together. And you're going to do it on both pieces, okay? And it's going to smell really good. But if you let this stuff sit for like 15 to 20 minutes, you don't have to wait that long, but at least 10 minutes, okay? You leave that piece right there. I don't want to sit on it on accident. And then, let's see, we'll put some here. Yeah, that stuff smells real good. Definitely use it in a well-ventilated area, or put a respirator on. I don't know if you can hear a little fan that I got in the background, but it is blowing. Maybe you can't hear it because with the NVIDIA broadcast software that I use through the soundboard, it actually takes out noises out of the back, which is pretty cool. I got two mics running through a Mackie board, and I don't know, pulls out a lot of weird sounds. Okay, so that's gonna have to dry for like 15 minutes. What I'm gonna do now is, while that stuff dries, is I'm gonna do a little Fortnite gaming. So let me switch around, and let me move this mouse over to the actual gameplay, and we will do a little gaming. So I don't get nailed by Fortnite, or I mean by Fortnite, by people at Facebook for not gaming. Okay. So tomorrow is the end of the season for Fortnite. It's going to be like season 2, chapter 10 or 9, I don't know, or season 8 is what it's going to be, and it's supposed to be a big finale. So that should be pretty interesting, and we are definitely streaming. All of us tomorrow. We might have a couple guests in there, and please check that out. So, wow, that stuff is strong and potent. Okay, let me see. Yeah, normally right now I'd be playing like a horror type game, and I'm definitely not doing that at all. Okay. Let's play a little bit of squads. That's always fun. So me and Eddie the other day played a little bit of squads. And what we did is we play squads don't fill. And what ends up happening is two of us are playing against teams of 4. So that's always pretty interesting. Let me see. See if that looks okay and if there's any issues there. Yeah, and you could always check out the stuff drying on the desktop, which I think is pretty cool. The only other problem I see with this setup is I'm not in a gaming chair, and so I'm having to stand here for quite a long time. So earlier I was sitting there on the stream, and I was checking stuff out to see what works and what doesn't work, and I noticed something crazy. There was someone in the gaming area that had 109,000 comments. 109,000 comments. That is absolutely insane. Okay? I'm lucky to get like, You know, we've actually got like, you know, a couple 300 comments when I was playing Little Nightmares when that game was fairly new, and that was it. And most of the time I've ever had was like I think 10 concurrent viewers, which for me was amazing that anybody would watch me. More than 10 people would even care to watch anything that I was doing. That was actually pretty cool. But 109,000. I mean, imagine that. That's just absolutely insane. 109,000. I don't know. If I had 109,000 comments and then all of a sudden I made a mistake and then the next week I only had like 10,000 comments, I'd probably cry. Oh, I don't know if I did Don't Fill or did I do Fill. Oh, I think I did Squads Don't Fill, which means I'm playing against teams of 4 by myself. Oh man, I'm going to get annihilated. I haven't played Fortnite like a lot. I used to play it like constantly every day. I haven't played it in so long that I'm just basically going to die. Look, it's 9:37 Pacific. Oh, I told you. Oh, that happened that quick. Hold on. I'm all sitting there looking over at chat and oh my gosh, that quick. That was funny. That was good stuff right there. Oh man. I didn't even make it like 2 feet. So I'm watching the stream in this screen, and I wasn't paying attention to this screen, and I walked right into that guy. And I'm doing it from like a weird angle where I'm looking down when I'm normally sitting. So for me, I'm a very, very mediocre gamer, and I need to have everything exactly the same way, the screen the same distance away. And when I don't have everything lined up perfectly, it ends up being a mess. As you can see, that was funny. I don't think I've died in the first few seconds of a game in Fortnite in a long, long time. Let me see if I'm Squads Don't Fill again. That was funny. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm Squads Don't Fill because I don't see the other teammates. Okay. Let's see if I can not do that. I'm going to try to land in the same spot. Well, I'll call it like a fluke. See, I don't get mad when I die because I die so much. If I got mad, I would just be mad all the time. So, man, I had a bad migraine today. Bad. I tried to do a lot of stuff. I've been trying to do some like work out in the yard. I'm building like an outdoor barbecue island, and I was able to do some stuff, but I just got exhausted, so I didn't even know if I was going to do the stream. I took some medicine, and I'm seem to be doing okay. Head is pounding a little bit, but I will get through it, because you can't let stuff just get you down. You just got to keep pushing forward. Okay, let's see here. So last time, look at all these people. Oh yeah, I'm toast. Let's see if I can get this before this guy. Let's see here. Where's that guy at? Man! So I'm getting some kind of weird delay on my stuff. I'm not hearing the sounds exactly. So that's okay. It's kind of weird. I wasn't hearing the gunshots. That was good. That was fun. That was fun. So let me change it to squads fill. Because my skill level is not there. Sorry if I'm chomping in your ear. So I have one viewer right now. Hold the horses. One viewer. If I could just keep that one viewer. One viewer. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is. I got 3 comments on here. Let me see what the comments are. I got a good transition. Nice, nice, nice. You don't get that all the time. Okay, so it says squads don't fill, now squads fill. Okay, let's see if playing with a couple more people could get me a little bit farther. So what time did I start playing? I gotta keep track of that. 9:32. Been playing for like 10 minutes. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and then glue those pieces together. I'm kind of running through my head exactly how I'm gonna get those the line perfect, because I think I made it too big. So here's what I might do. I think I'm gonna glue the mug together because I don't think the template is exact, and I think that's my fault. I think I'm gonna glue the outer rim together, and then I'm just gonna recut a piece. I'll trace it around there because I think I printed the part that goes around the solo cup a little too large. That's what I'll do. Okay. That is definitely what I'll do. But you know what I should do real quick is, oh man. So as soon as this little match is over, I'm gonna put a little bit of stuff on there. In fact, I'll do it real fast. Hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure that these two, let me see if it fits around there. Sorry if I got my back to you, but I need to see. Oh yeah, that works perfect. Okay, so while I do this over here, hold on. I'm gonna have to glue some. I'm gonna get some contact cement on here real fast so that it's dry when the other stuff is ready. I know I'm already launching, but that's okay. Let me do this, because otherwise I'm gonna have to wait another 15 minutes for this stuff to dry. And we don't want that. Okay, let me put that right there, and then I'll glue that together in a little bit. Okay, I know my whole team is probably jumping around. They're already launched. And let's see here. Where did they go? Where did my team go? Oh man, they're way over there. Okay, I got somebody named Dragon Ninja, Dragon Monkey. Man, there's a lot of dragons there. Very scary. And oh my gosh, my sound is delayed for myself like a lot. Are you noticing there's a sound delay? Let's go over them. Haha. I wonder if they know that they're streaming. Yeah, look at that. I can't even hear. Look at it. It's like delayed. How horrible is that? And I don't even know why. It's horrible because I can't hear when people are coming. You know, I think I'm getting the visuals, and it hasn't done that in a while. I don't know why it's doing that. Man, it'd be nice if I could actually get a weapon. This is how you die with a quickness. Let's see. Watch. So I'm hitting there, and then it's like late. Oh, wow, that's horrible. Hey, what is that guy like hitting that thing for? Man, he's like really worried about stuff. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's so many people streaming Fortnite that it's hard to get any viewers. But you know, if you play games that you don't like, then it's boring. So I'm playing a game on Fortnite, or not on Fortnite, but a horror game. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's pretty cool, but it's more like a story game, and scary, very scary. But it's more like a story that you just like pick your way through. You pick your own ending, which is cool. I don't want to say it's bad. It just I couldn't bring the Xbox out here, and so it's only on Xbox. Well, no, it's not only on Xbox, but it's not on Nintendo Switch, and that's normally what I stream on. But as you can tell, that out isn't always the greatest because the sound is a little bit delayed. Yeah, there's like a slight bit of audio delay, which I'm not liking. I can't hear. Oh my gosh. Let's go up here. What are the other guys doing? Yeah, I'm gonna have to play this long enough to where that other stuff is dry. So I'll play it for like another 10 minutes or so to make sure that that is good because you definitely do not want to rush the contact cement when you're doing your phone stuff because it will not stick together. That was one of the complaints that they were making on some of the like the professionals is they were like, "Hey, listen, this stuff contact cement doesn't work. It keeps coming apart and it doesn't do certain things." Well, the thing is with contact cement, you have to let it dry first. If you don't, it won't work. It's contact cement, and I believe it's a little bit different than rubber cement. Rubber cement. Well, that made me dizzy. Hold on. Yeah, rubber cement is I think a different product. Hey, what is this guy doing with his like button? He's like constantly hitting the beep beep. What does this give you? I don't know. Okay, I can't sit there anymore. I think I need to sit up on here, or I am definitely gonna get ill from like motion sickness or something. I can't do that anymore. Let's go down like this. Okay, I can like sit here. That's a little bit better. But now you're seeing the top of my neck. See that? You can see my head. That's pretty funny. So hopefully you can't see down my shirt. I think what I need to do is do a gaming chair. So if anybody here is listening, it would be really beneficial if I had the printouts from the printer. Oh, look at that, how bright I am on my shoulder. That's pretty fancy. What's cool is I'm going to have content on uh, oh, the Dark Pictures Anthology Man of Medan. That is right, Myra. I forgot. I couldn't even remember what it was. Thanks. I couldn't even remember what it was. Let me see if my sound picked up. No, look at delay. So I'm hearing it be fine. And like clockwork, I got printouts. Wow, thanks, Myra. Turn around so I don't get shot. You know what I should do is I should somehow try to squeeze a chair. I don't think I can actually squeeze a chair between here at all. Why did these guys go off? Oh, they're out shooting people. That's why. They're in the middle of a fight. Are they in a fight with somebody? No, I think they're just... Okay, here we go again. This guy's like, definitely... Oh, man, I don't know. Well, because then I can't be on the camera. The camera's up there. Yeah, but thank you. That's why I haven't figured it out yet. Myra was so nice, she tried to bring me a camera, or I mean a chair, but the way that I have the thing set up, no. Oh man, did you see that? Oh, now I'm down. Now I'm down. Dang it. That's what happens. That's what happens. Look at this. Look at this. Let me crawl under here and hide. I got dragon, monkey, so-and-so that maybe will come and save me. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't even think I have one kill. I'm still like watching everything else that's going on here. They're not coming to save me. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, whoever they are, they're like using that bouncer a lot. Let me see if they're going to build a bounce pad on top of there. Yeah, they're not even coming to get me. I'm the least of their worries. Well, they couldn't reboot me anyway. Yeah, the whole thing with the sound is like kind of driving me insane because I can't hear, and I play a lot by sound, so I can't hear the gunshots until after they happen. It trips me out. It's almost like I just turned it on mute. Man, those guys are high levels. So I'm just going to watch the rest of this a little bit. I'm wondering is if I can restart the Switch, if it'll catch up on the sound. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that is what I will do. I don't know. So I don't like the fact that I don't like the fact that there's no sound, or the sound is slow. Let's see how the team gets. Oh, there's only one guy left. Oh, he saved his buddy. Yes, you did. I guess the two people with the name Froggy. I'll definitely watch that. I'm gonna see if Mingo comes in here. We haven't streamed in so long on solos that I've watched basically every viewer that we had just kind of disappear. That was pretty good. I've never seen that done before, where you build a box and then the window. I usually just build a box. Hmm. Interesting. So I think what I need to do is move some stuff back if I'm going to do this. I got to rearrange the garage a little bit. Um, what's good? What's interesting is I have the same amount of viewers that I've had the last couple times I've streamed, one or maybe two. So this hasn't made any difference. I don't think it will, but like I said, I think I could take some of the content I use from the phone building and actually bring it over from YouTube and drive content from YouTube back this way. So it's going to be a good little test to see if this actually works. Crossing my fingers. Wow, he missed that. He should build a... You're going to toast, dude. You're getting hit from the side. But I can't say much because I was dead like really quick. Oh no, no, don't heal yourself out in the open. Oh my gosh. Don't heal yourself out in the open. You did so good with building a structure. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let me go back. We lost, obviously. I'm going to leave the match. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the live building, and then I'm going to reset this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset the sound because I am getting some weird sound, and that's actually a pretty good test for what I want to do because, long story short, I've had this happen numerous times before, and I don't know exactly what it is. What I'm afraid of is that I am going to somehow turn off the Nintendo Switch and then it's not going to show up again. That's what I'm kind of concerned about. But I think I need to because it's already got some like weird sound issues. So let me see if I can unplug it and then plug it back in. Let me see. I'm going to try this. Let's restart it. Let me just restart the whole thing and see if that's going to pick up on the stream, if I can get it actually restarted inside the streaming software. And so I have given this about 15 minutes or so to dry. It looks like it's pretty tacky, and it really won't stick to, too much of your finger. But once I've let this stuff dry and I stick it to the other piece, you're not getting it apart. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take the two pieces of contact cement that I have, the two pieces on both sides, and I'm going to mush these things, two things together. And that is pretty much it. Okay, so now I have my handle. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out because I did this part way through where I put the contact cement on this this edge right here. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Now, I will tell you right now, I would definitely not use if I was normally doing a piece. I would not use this little thing because it doesn't have a brush. And if you notice here, it didn't get on that great, and so I kind of missed a couple pieces, which means that, oh my gosh, it makes such a mess. Even if you're not touching, you got to be careful. I'm going to have to put a little piece on here because I can guarantee that I want this to stick together really nice, and there just was not enough contact cement. I missed it. So if you're using a brush, it definitely gets all over the place. You do not have to worry about that. In fact, sometimes you put on a little too much. So I'm going to have to give this one a little bit more time, and that's okay. I'm going to stream for another hour at least, and definitely use the one with the brush, the barges with the brush. I went, like I said, I went and got weldwood, or I tried to today at Ace Hardware. It didn't have a brush in it. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I guess use your own brush, but uh, the brush, I don't even know how you'd clean the contact cement out of the brush. That would be just a mess on its own. And so I didn't do that. Let me see here. I'm going to turn this on, and hopefully it comes right on. There we go. I'm starting it. Let's go back into Fortnite. Okay, now with any luck, the sound will be fixed on this. I'm not sure. I am crossing my fingers. So that actually worked. I've never done that before. I've had the sound go out so many times before, and I just kind of live with it because what can you do? What can you do? You know, I don't want to ruin the stream or anything like that. So anyway, I printed off a couple pictures from online for the artwork, okay? That I want to put an emblem on. So on the template from skprops.com, they have a crest that you could put on the side. So once it's all glued together, you can decorate it with whatever you want. And you can put this crest, and you could probably put some designs on there, which is pretty cool if you were doing like some kind of like medieval thing, or you wanted a crest on there or something, because it's like a mead cup. That would be perfect, okay? But I was like, I want to be Chaos Agent. So I came up with, I found a picture of Chaos Agent online, and then using Photoshop, I blacked it all out. I doubled it up. I did a lot of little different things, and I created this little design right here. Let me move this out of the way so it doesn't stick to everything. Okay, so I created this little design right here, and I'm going to cut this out, and this is going to go on the cup. Obviously, it's a little bit too big, so that's okay. Let me see how I can do this. Oh my gosh. That is definitely way too big, a lot bigger than I thought. So maybe I don't have time to change it too much. I think I can put it somewhere on there. Like I said, I did this really fast. But anyway, that's the idea. I want to put that on there, chaos on there, and maybe what I'll do is during my intermission is I'll go print these a little bit smaller so that it doesn't look too huge on the side of the cup, because I'd actually like to use this for Halloween, and that will give this a little bit more time. So before I go into an intermission, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and show you how this works. Okay, so like I was doing before, I'm going to sharpen up the razor blade using nothing more than some sandpaper. I'll look at the comments right here real quick. I need to scroll up my page. Okay. Okay, and using the same technique that I was using before, just sit there and cut through this stuff. Like I said, that sandpaper really sharpens this stuff good. Okay, and I just kind of pull through towards myself and push down kind of hard. It ain't gonna ruin that cutting board. Should have pushed a little harder so I didn't have to do a double cut, but that's okay. That's what they make like a Dremel tool and sandpaper for. Look at that. I didn't go all the way through. So it isn't that it's not sharp enough. Well, maybe it's not on the tip right there. And don't think that by having a brand new razor blade, if you've never done this before, that you're going to be able to get a brand new razor blade and then just cut through this stuff like butter, and that you're not going to need a new blade all the time. If you don't sharpen your blades, you're going to go through razor blades constantly, unless you got some pretty deep pockets. Um, New razor blades is not the way to go. at all. This is probably the best little trick that I've ever used or heard of because it saves you so much money. I don't care because you could use this razor blade for other stuff too. So before I used the straight edge ruler, but on this I don't really need to. And here's why. Because it doesn't matter. It's a handle, and it's close enough. How's that? Close enough. Okay, I'll sand that up a little bit. If I would have pushed a little bit harder or sharpened this a little bit longer, I probably would have cut right through because I've cut through stuff that was 3 times as thick with this blade, but I don't have a long time to sharpen it. That's okay. Oh my gosh, where are my glasses at? Aha, I need these glasses to be able to see. That's what happens when you start getting old. Okay, so once again, this could be done on like a scroll saw, but I don't have my camera set up on a scroll saw, and so if I did, that's probably what I would do on this because it makes perfect cuts, straight up and down, and you don't have to mess with anything. So, like I was saying, a lot of the big cosplayers, the ones that are creating tutorials and stuff, they just have so many tools that are probably not available to you. You might have like one or two, but they do that for a business. So they have a lot of stuff that you're probably not going to have. And because they have that many tools, they're able to produce some pretty crazy stuff. So, with that being said, don't get frustrated if the stuff that you're producing is not of the same quality. You don't have the experience that they have. You don't. Okay. 2 weeks of making stuff is not the same level of experience. Some of them have teams that are working to help create their content because they've made enough money in their ventures that they have a group of people working on stuff. They're experts at what they're doing, and then they have tools that you don't have. And so, obviously, they're going to create stuff nicer than you can create. But that doesn't mean you should stop. Okay? Just remember, they have different stuff than you. I have a lot of cool tools, but I don't have everything that they have. Okay? I have a 3D printer, computers, cameras, all that kind of stuff, Dremel tools, and I have a lot of different stuff, and I cannot produce anything nearly close to what they can do. Okay, so this is already annoying me because I cannot get this perfect. And the blade is sharp. It just I am so used to using the saw for this, the little scroll saw. Yeah, on some of the videos that you watch, it's like, oh, what I did is I cut this and then I just put it together and then it just worked out perfect. Okay, it just doesn't work that way. Okay, some stuff does. I mean, if you're using uh, like a water jet cutter or some of the stuff that people use, I think they use like water jets or laser printers or like CNC machines and stuff like that. Obviously, they're going to get perfect parts. I mean, it's you can't cut as close and perfect as a machine can. My gosh. Okay, so that is just hideous. See that? Ugh. That's what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna have to clean this up, and luckily I got a little Dremel tool that'll help me clean up these nasty edges. Look how horrible that is, but that's okay. I can fix it. I can fix it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try to get this stuff uh, down a little bit smaller. I wonder if I could do it right here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can open up my Photoshop and print this stuff a little bit smaller. I don't know. Oh, I do. I do. I do. I do. Okay, let me make this stuff smaller. I want to go like half the size of that. Let's go down that size. Okay. So I have Photoshop open right here. Luckily, I have that on my screen, and I'm going to print that, and then I'll pick it up on my break. Let's see here. What size do I want this as? Did I scale that? Let's see. How big do I want this thing? I just want it like, let's see if this is on here. I just want it like 2 inches. Now, let's see. Maybe 1.5 inches. Yeah, let's do that. 3.5. 5. Okay. We'll do that one. Let me see if I can do the chaos agent the same. I'll bring that down too. And that should be pretty good. Okay, let's try that as well. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is that's printing out. I'm going to take a quick break. I will come back, and this round piece should be glued up. I'll use the Dremel to sand this down a little bit. Once again, that's a nasty, nasty cut. This would never happen on a scroll saw or if I had a super sharp blade. The blade is not sharp anymore because I was using it on some woodwork, but I can make this kind of smooth, and it'll get through it with this Dremel. Okay, I will be back in a few minutes. Listen to this fantastic music from, where's it? Soundstripe. They are not paying me, but Soundstripe, you should pay me. All right, I will be back in a few minutes. All right, everybody. So I am all one viewer. Hello, one viewer from the couch. So during the break, I grabbed a little bit more to drink, grabbed some popcorn because I was starving, and reprinted the Chaos Agent emblem that I wanted. So if you're just stepping in for the first time, normally I stream regular, just horror type stuff on Saturday solo streams, and I want to change stuff up a little bit because Halloween is coming, and normally the Fortnite channel, or I mean not the Fortnite, but the Facebook streaming and what I have on YouTube really revolves around some phone products, but mainly Halloween stuff because we do kind of a crazy blowout on Halloween. So that's kind of what I revolve everything around is building props and things like that, and we like to game and stuff. So I decided to kind of just move in that direction a little bit more and show more of the foam builds and stuff we're doing. So please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I don't have a lot of the on-screen automations that I have set up because this is new. This format is new, and I didn't have time really to set it up. So right now I'm getting into the foam build stuff, and then during breaks and stuff, I play a little bit of Fortnite. And so please comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I will get back to it. So I had printed these earlier. They were entirely too large, and I printed a little bit smaller ones. We'll see if I could actually cut this stuff out. I don't know if I can. It's tiny. It's actually tiny. We'll see. One other thing. I got this template from a place called sksprops.com. Pretty cool that they offer the stuff for free. My templates would not turn out that nice, so I would even venture into that realm to give away anything free right now. Maybe someday when I get better, but there are better foam prop makers out there. I'm a complete amateur. If you really want to know what to do, go onto YouTube and search. You can follow along and watch me make mistakes like these pretty nasty cuts that I'm going to have to try to clean up with this Dremel tool here in a second. So because this stuff creates a little bit of dust, not a lot, I'm going to cover up my drink a little bit, clean up the workspace a little bit, and honestly, don't do what I'm doing, but always wear eye protection and any kind of safety gear that the equipment calls for. Sometimes I forget, and I shouldn't. So I have this Dremel right here. I have a little soft tip on there, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that on and try to clean this up just a little bit. So I don't have it set very high. It's like at a level 2, and I can go in here and clean this stuff up pretty nice. They make it look a lot easier on some of the channels. It's not perfect. Just take some time. You gotta be patient. If you go too crazy and you're too aggressive, you will ruin your piece. I know from experience. What is much easier to do than this, way easier, is just to use the proper tools. I mean, you can use a razor blade, but when you're cut through something uh, thick like this, what works the best, I found, is using a scroll saw. Then you don't have to deal with anything. And then having this little extension on here, oh my gosh, it would be tough with using a Dremel without that thing. But I don't know if you could see that in there. As long as you kind of go light, you can you can do some pretty good stuff. You can without chopping into it. So sometimes people have like a sandpaper on there, the little sanding discs, and those to me are just a little too aggressive. I've ruined some stuff. I've ruined some pieces just doing it. Look at it, it's kind of getting away from me if I get too close to that edge. Kind of wants to run. Okay. Plus, you just got to do it lightly. You go too crazy. Now people are probably like wondering what I'm doing because I'm not actually playing any games right now, but that's okay. I figure if people can go online and pose and do things like that, then I can do things like this. I'm I might not be gaming right this second. This is more of like a intermission break, and that's okay. I'll get to the gaming in a second. We're actually creating stuff around gaming, which is Fortnite related. How's that? How's that? Then you go back in, make sure that Fortnite doesn't close down on me or the Switch. So during the break, I restarted the Nintendo Switch because, well, the sound was delayed. That's my excuse for being bad at the game and losing. I don't even know what this tip on here is called. Yeah, if I would have just used the scroll saw, I would have been done already, but I don't have a camera set up on the scroll saw. And quite frankly, I don't have enough room in this garage to do that. So I have to live with this. So that's actually turning out pretty well. Plus, this allowed me to show you that you can use Dremel tools on this stuff. So the company where this came from, this SKS Props, I had never heard of them before I looked for a free template. Because I thought that I knew kind of all the big players in foam props on what's on YouTube. And then come to find out they got like products in Walmart, all kinds of like I don't even know what it's called, like a foam clay or something. I don't know how that works. But anyway, they look like big time like foam prop makers, and you could tell. You go to their website, they got stuff that's crazy. It looks like it came out of the movies. So definitely not the stuff that I create. They would have had this knocked out, and they're probably using like machines to cut the stuff. And if they cut the stuff perfect by hand, then they're not human. They are machines. So right now I'm just going to round up the edges a little bit for the mug. And we're going to have to glue this. Yeah, I found out the sweet spot is if you turn this thing on too high, you're just done. Your piece is done because it'll dig into the piece, and then you're never going to get it smooth. Like even what I have it on now is probably too much. I could run sandpaper over there, but that's okay. I'm just basically showing how this is done. I'm trying to round the edges a little bit for the handle. So on the what do you call this? The Jules wrencher that I have sitting over here. I had so many rough edges on it, but the Placidip seemed to work wonders when I coated it on extra thick. It just I lost some of the details when I did that, which was not what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to lose too many details. But it, like I said, it is what it is. I'm actually streaming an hour earlier than I normally do, just because I'm trying out different stuff, obviously. I wouldn't even dare to do this with the sandpaper one. The sandpaper one, I have little sanding discs with actual sandpaper on there. And those things, look at that, it cut right into the edge. Those things are so aggressive that if I hit it on my finger, I'd be afraid that it would like take a chunk out. This is kind of soft, and I got it so low that I've had it touch my finger, and it doesn't hurt, so I'm okay. I'm okay with doing this by hand. You just have to be gentle. And this is one of the tools that I was telling you about. If you're wanting to get into this, you need to have, like, if you're wanting like professional level results, you're going to need to have some tools like that. So if you don't and you can't afford it, no big deal. Just don't expect that your final work is going to look like theirs. It just won't. It just won't. Especially, I mean, you've got so much to learn. Like just the graphic programs alone, some of those programs take years to become an expert at. And they're using like 3D rendering programs, which I don't know anything about those. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. I kind of got it rough, okay? And what I can do is I'm going to use some sandpaper to smooth it a little bit more. The sandpaper kind of makes the stuff rough, but once you put the plastic dip on there to seal it before you paint it, it smooths it up some and it takes some of the rough edges off. Now, there are some like stuff that there is some like things that you can do to seal in some of the cracks and everything like that. I just haven't run into anything that works great. Um, I'm so new to this that, I haven't tried a lot of different stuff. So the sandpaper works good as long as you get like a high grit. I think this is like what is this? 120? 180 works well. If you get like too low, like 80 and stuff like that, it ends up like chunking up your stuff. Anyway, that's starting to look good. Every once in a while I go over here and I make sure that my Fortnite hasn't turned off. I want to thank you, Myra, for tuning in as my one and only viewer weekly to humor me in this endeavor. I'm famous in my own mind. Come on. This edge right here was really bad. I like when I cut it with the razor blade, it was a bad cut. I'm almost better to just recut the edge, but oh no, there it goes. It's working. It's working. Oh yeah, there we go. Just taking me a little bit of time. And this is going over to YouTube, so there could be comments on YouTube that I'm unaware of because I don't know how to watch. Oh, that hurt my fingernail. I don't know how to check the comments on YouTube at the same time. I don't know if like some of the streaming software that does um, streams to different platforms at the same time has the ability to check the chat all at one time for all the platforms. But I don't want to pay for that right now because why? I don't have a lot of viewers anyway. So if I go into check the chat afterwards and there was all kinds of comments on there on YouTube, then obviously, obviously, I will check it out. Actually, I could go in there right now and see what is happening in YouTube. Let me see. Concurrent viewers. None. That's okay though. But it was the actual video showing up? Oh, it is. Sweet. Sweet. So I'm actually streaming right now to both platforms, and that is working well. Okay. So now I have most of this done. Sorry, this stuff is like itching my nose. I have this like mostly done. What I'm going to do, sorry if I'm itching my nose. See, oh, was I blocking the camera? Okay, so that looks pretty good, except for the inside right there. I kind of want to get it as close as possible before I glue it on, because it's going to be a lot harder to sand once it's on there. But I don't care if it's perfect. Maybe the Chaos Agent cup isn't perfect. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Let me cut this and make this a little bit more even. There. It looks good. Looks good. It'll work. It will work. Okay, so let's take these two pieces. Actually, yeah, I better before it dries too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two pieces together and slowly just put the seams together. And if everything works out great, and you had enough contact cement on there, this seam is not going anywhere. This will glue these two pieces together like they're one. Okay? Now, this is not the normal contact cement I use, or it is barges that I normally use, just not this type. This says all-purpose cement, and I usually use stuff that says barges contact cement. So I believe it's the same stuff. Not sure, but it looks like it's holding pretty good. Just want to make sure that this stuff is together, and you definitely want to give it that dry time, and I definitely did. Okay, so now I have that. What? Oh man, is there a seam in there? No, so there you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this cup, I guess, is going to fit here, and what I can do is when I'm done is I can hook this handle right here to this side, which I don't understand why the handle is so big. Look how big this handle is compared to this. That doesn't make any sense. Look how tall it is. That's the same exact template. I don't understand. Did I cut this the wrong size? Wait a second. I did. How dumb. Oh my gosh. I glued the wrong one, didn't I? I did. Did I glue the wrong piece? Oh my gosh. No wonder it didn't fit. No wonder. Look at this. It's supposed to go on this one. Here I am gluing this together. So now I got this extra thing. Oh, that is what happens when you're not paying attention. Okay, now I got to sit there and glue this. So I was all excited. I was good to go. I don't even know if this project is going to be finished today. I might have to do it on the next solo stream. Oh man, that's funny. Anyway, I glued two pieces together. Why is that so perfectly cut? Or where did I get that piece? So anyway, I'm going to have to wait 15 minutes or so for this to go, what I'll do while this dries, how dumb. Ugh. You can tell I'm not a pro. I actually glued the wrong pieces. That's beautiful. That should literally show you exactly what happens in real life. Okay? Don't expect everything to be perfect. All right, so I have the handle here. These pieces will definitely fit on there. Okay, I'd rather have these big ones. Okay, that makes sense. So I printed the first ones the right size. Oh my gosh. Let me cut these out real quick, even if they're not perfect, just to show you, because I'd like to finish like part of this project today. That was the idea, is to have a working project done, at least one little piece of it. And I didn't, because I screwed up. But you get the idea. So here's the thing. Never glue the wrong pieces together. That was good. That was good. I even measured out. I couldn't figure out why it didn't fit together. So some of this stuff I'm going to have to wing it. When I do it, I'm going to just draw the lines in by hand. I'm going to freehand them because I don't want to cut all this stuff out. It will take forever. There's little tiny ridges on this pattern that I made. And I think I could just cut it out and then cut them with the razor blade. Okay, let me see here. Let me see how I can do this. Cut that. What's going to take me a while to cut is going to be those letters. Anybody that's like a scrapbooker or something is going to be looking at the way that I'm cutting this stuff and make fun of it, but that's okay. I can live with that. I'm not a scrapbooker. One of the comments I had from Myra was the top of my head is being seen. Well, that's because of the way the camera angle is. I think if I put a camera a little bit lower, it would be better, but you'd be looking at my nostrils all the time. And so I don't know if that's the best thing. And then looking at me straight on, I know I'd have to look at how to mount this stuff. I'll watch the videos or the video when it's all done. I only played like, I think 3 games of Fortnite. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I can cut out those little pieces like later. Put this stuff. What do I got? Okay. Put this off to the side. I have this little piece that can fit on that other piece because that's the wrong one. In fact, let's get rid of that before I glue something to that by accident. And let's see if I can cut these out. Play a little bit of Fortnite. Actually, for now, I'm going to leave this one off. Let's just deal with the emblem and see if I can get all that stuff together. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is going to have to dry for a little bit. Maybe I'll put the letters on at a later time. I just want to get this piece together. Sure that this fits. Actually, we'll glue it and then cut it, like I said before. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of gaming. Get my mind off of this little mistake that I just did, and I don't know. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break because I need to go blow my nose, and I will be back in a second. Who happens to be there? Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. Be back in just. And I guess I was on mute. So, anyway, I am back. So, thanks, Myra. I don't think I could be able to do half of this stream without Myra watching it and telling me that I'm messing up. Let's see here. So I have squads fill again. Let me see if the sound is picked up, because what I did before is I screwed up. I didn't set it right or something, and the sound was delayed on the gameplay. Can you hear the chewing? That's the question. Oh, here's the other thing. I'm thoroughly convinced that if you don't pay Facebook ads, if you're not advertising on Facebook, you're going to have a hard time building your stream up. So I was advertising a lot when I first started, and I started building up viewers. And then I tried a bunch of different things by just changing the format and the content and all kinds of different stuff, and slowly started losing viewers. Now, had some of the same viewers that I had, and then I lost them because I stopped streaming. I stopped the constant basically two things. The advertising brought people in, but because I missed a couple streams and I changed the game because I'd already passed it, I lost viewers. So I'm thoroughly convinced you're not getting viewers unless you're advertising. That's what I believe. I could be wrong, and maybe I am, but I do a lot of marketing outside of this, and I don't know, that's what it seems like. I don't know where my team went. What the heck are they doing over there? That's crazy. Oh man, that made a huge difference restarting the Switch. So when I was playing before, the sound was just cut off. I got a kernel stuck in my tooth. I don't know what those things are. So if you play Fortnite at all, what do you expect is going to... Oh, wow, I got a blue, one of the blue boxes. That's kind of crazy. That's rare. I haven't seen one of those in quite a while. I like getting those things. Yep, jump on my head. I don't mind it. Did I get that thing? Where did it go? Oh, I think I got it. Okay. That's good. Oh yeah, sound is right on this, which is great. Gosh, before it was just horrible. I couldn't play because I couldn't hear. Well, I could hear, but it was so delayed I didn't know if people were actually coming up on me or not. I don't know how you'd play this without. Let's see. You know what I didn't use this whole season? I never used the upgrade bench. Let's see. What do you do to use it? Okay, so I hit Y, and then hit A, A. Oh, that'll work. Okay, so I might as well get rid of all this stuff because guess what? I don't have like the season's over. Watch me just straight up die now. That's probably what's going to happen. I have no building materials. I got all these. Oh, that's what happens when you have a legendary. That's what happens. That quick, with the quickness. Somebody died. Oh, they called out because they wanted me to go up there and help with that legendary chest or whatever that chest was, and I wasn't running all the way over there. That's okay. They will live. Man, I've already been streaming almost 2 hours, and I didn't even finish this other project. But I am. I'm gonna finish part of it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the whole thing, but I'm gonna try to get it all glued together here in a second. We'll see how long this lasts. Oh, somebody's got a car. Let's see if I can just go with them. That would be interesting. Man, I glued this stuff up and it was so wrong. Not even the right piece. Okay, I think we're gonna go get this guy. Get us out of here, dude. We just went in there for nothing? Oh, man. Yeah, it wasn't even working anymore. I don't know why. I have no idea why that wasn't working. So I need to lower this camera down. I think I'm going to put the camera like right here to where it's like right in my face. That would be a little bit better. Oh, that other guy's going to be left in the storm, or is he getting out of there? I have no clue. Yeah, I'll go with you. That should be interesting. Okay, let's go. Oh, I got 2 kills? How did I get 2 kills? I don't even know how I got 2 kills. I think they're waiting for this other guy to show up. We will see. We will see. We'll have a little bit of a popcorn break. Wow. Oh my gosh, we should have saved that thing. Uh-oh, you died. No, why I can't build right here? There. That was odd. We take this a little bit, and then I will get right back to it. I think as soon as this one's done, I'm going to have to glue that stuff up real fast. How many more players are there? 15. Wow. It seems like a lot. Yeah, I'll play. I have no idea here. Snack break. You know what? I know where I am going or where everybody else is. Oh, they're going way over there. Oh, and I'm down. I am down. So I'm going to leave the match real quick unless somebody is going to heal me, but I don't think anybody's going to heal me. Well, let me leave that match and let me switch over. Totally got done with that one. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over to the foam build real quick and get this thing glued up. I literally got annihilated right there. Okay, so I have the right piece right here. So let's try to glue this again the right way. I couldn't figure out why my emblems that I measured out weren't fitting up. It was like everything was wrong. Okay, so once again, this isn't the normal exact glue I use. I use barges, or however you want to say it. I use that, but it's like a different brand or a different type of their glue. It says contact adhesive. This stuff just says what does it say? All-purpose cement. So they didn't have the stuff that I wanted at the hardware store with a brush, and so they had some other stuff called weldwood. I wasn't gonna buy that. So when I cut this, obviously I cut it wrong. Look at this. It's too much. So the template, it's my fault. It isn't the template maker's fault. It's my fault. And supposedly this is supposed to fit a solo cup. I don't see that happening either. And so once again, my fault. I won't blame the template maker. I don't measure stuff right all the time. So I'm gonna fudge this a little bit, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to trace the bottom out. This is how I would normally make it. Right there. That's going to be the perfect size because it fits right there. I'm going to glue cut some stuff, put some contact cement, and call it good. Once I glue this stuff up. Okay, so let's see here. So you want to try to keep your knife straight up and down if you can. I'm having to push down extremely hard to try to get through this stuff, just because this blade is dull. I was using it for some woodwork, and I may have dulled it beyond repair. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, so that's good for there. Just don't touch yourself if you're like sharpening your blade like this. Do it away from you. So yeah, if you're seeing the top of my head, it's because this is a new setup. And it's kind of hard to figure out what is the best camera angle for this kind of thing, like a foam tutorial. It's a little bit difficult. So I would think that people would rather watch what's going on here than my face. Okay, so let's move this stuff off to the side. Obviously, I wasted a few pieces already. So now I have this. Oh, look at that. So that contact cement is already pulling apart. Not a fan of it. I like the barge's contact adhesive. That stuff will not come off. Kind of makes me upset if this doesn't work perfect because I glued something else earlier. Maybe I didn't get that enough time to set, which is possible. It looks like it's pulling apart already. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so this is going to go on here. Perfect. Then the handle can go right here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue those two pieces on. I'm going to put the contact, or the cement on here. And then we'll play a little bit more Fortnite, glue it up, and then be done with the stream. And I'll have to put the graphics on because I screwed up my order sometime during the week, and I'll bring back a finished product. Show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's just pick one of these sides. You definitely don't want this getting all over your mat. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see, we'll just guesstimate here. Put some contact cement here. I'm going to put it over the seam so you don't see it. That comes up around right there. Okay. That should cover there. Let's see how high this comes up. The same distance there. I'll leave a little bit of a gap in there. Okay. So that piece is going to dry. Let's see, I'll put it on some paper here. And this little piece, put some contact cement on here. And some contact cement on here. We will let that dry for a little bit. And let's see. That'll dry for 20 minutes, but it's going to take some time. So, with that being said, and this thing already pulling apart, I'm having a little bit of a problem with this contact glue. I'm going to have to get the other stuff because this stuff is not working the way that it should. It should not come apart at all. The actual barge's contact adhesive will not separate. So I'm going to call that good for this stream because I don't have anybody on here other than Myra. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to come back next week with a solo stream, have stuff squared away a little bit better, and piece this piece together, or maybe I'll have it done, finish it up a little bit. Long story short, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the team stream tomorrow that we do on Sundays. It is a new season of Fortnite. You should check that out, and check out the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week.